guys, welcome back to the podcast. Can you see the light at the end of the tunnel? I sure can. And to be honest, I don't know that I'm ready for it. Our last kiddo is graduating 5th grade. The days of elementary school are almost behind us. The class parties, the lunches at school, homework assigned on a Monday but not due until Friday, all the field trips to museums and parks. Elementary school is a sweet, sweet time. Your kids are growing so quickly, both physically and emotionally. Yet, they're still willing to crawl into your lap, hug or kiss you goodbye in public. There's still toys scattered in their room and, around your house. A season that feels exhausting and is so, so busy. You feel like right now you may never see the light at the end of the tunnel, but trust me, you will. And you will miss it. For the most part, elementary school issues are easily solved. A kiss on a bobo, simple apologies when feelings are hurt, and snuggles with mom or dad can solve any fear that they may be having. Some of us barely remember a time when we didn't have kids. Some of us have never had a time without kids. And time is now creeping into a season of empty nest. Some of you are already there. So here's my Mom 101 tip. Date your spouse. When our kids were little, we had a standing date once a week. Every Saturday night, we left the kids with a babysitter. Even if it was just for 1 hour, we took time for ourselves. Now, I'm going to be honest. Some nights, I didn't feel like getting dressed and going out. Some nights, I was so overstimulated with kids tugging at me, fighting with each other, following me to do the simpler things in life like go to the restroom. The last thing I wanted to do was hold a conversation with anyone, even Scott. I honestly would have canceled most of those nights if he had not pushed for it. He needed me, and I needed him. You may be listening to this with 3 young kids running around and your first thought is, we can't afford a babysitter. And my advice to you is, you can't not afford a babysitter. If you don't have family close by, find other couples and do a child swap, where maybe this weekend you take their kids for an evening and next weekend they take yours. Utilize church couples night outs where the child care is provided. Foster a relationship with local teens in your community. Some will babysit for service hours. If you have to dip into your budget to pay a sitter, then make the date free. Pack some food from home, go to a public park, go on a walk, or just take a drive. If leaving is just out of the question, then make time at home for each other. When the kids go to bed, be purposeful that you're going to spend time with one another. Maybe grab your favorite dessert or an ice cream that only the 2 of you know about. Pick a movie, a game, a puzzle, whatever you want to do, but be intentional about it. Set the time apart to honor each other and your relationship. When the kids were old enough to stay home, but we didn't have the extra money to continue to pay for somebody to come sit with them, we used the grocery store as a date. It's something you have to do anyway. You're spending money on it. If your kids are able to stay home, you'd be surprised at how much fun you can have as a couple at the grocery store. Another one of our all-time favorite dates is when the kids were younger but old enough to stay at home. Our favorite date night of the year was Black Friday. So Thanksgiving would come around. We would do all the things, spend all the time with family, get the kids nestled into the beds, and then we would go shopping. Because we have 6 kids, and so those deals were very important to us when we were shopping for that many for Christmas when they were younger. And there's some great deals out there. Number 2, it was a date night. So we're accomplishing getting good deals. We're accomplishing checking off Christmas list items, and we're doing it together. We had more fun running around to different places. And then sometimes it was just sitting in the food court of the mall, eating Cinnabon cinnamon rolls at 3 a.m., true story, and watching all the other people. People watching can be so fun. We would make up stories about, well, what do you think they're doing? Or what do you think about them? And it was just a way for us to be silly and for us to connect, all while getting some things done. Look, if you or your husband work for a company that provides paid trips, go. I will tell you, I have absolutely hated leaving my kids. You can ask any of them, and you can ask Scott. I mean, now they're older and they still, I'm like, I just don't know. If I have to leave our youngest at home, they're like, Mom, he's fine. Now they're older and they're pep talking me through it. But when they were little, they didn't know any different. So it got so bad that Scott had to start surprising me with weekend getaways, because if he gave me too long to think about it, I ran every scenario of what ifs in my head, and I talked myself right out of leaving. And I'm so grateful for the time that I have had with him. Some nights we could talk for hours, dream big dreams for our big family, and other nights we barely spoke, both spent from the demands of that week or that month. Each one of those dates, though, refueled us, recharged us, and reminded us that at the heart of all the chaos, we were one. God had knit our lives together long before we even knew each other, and together we would stand for our family and for each other forever. Look, life is hard. Kids are hard, and you're going to face hard decisions and hard circumstances throughout your parenting and your marriage. Scott and I have been through some things that absolutely could have and should have broken us. But I truly believe that because we have worked so hard at making each other and our relationship a priority, it's been much easier to get through the storms. If you haven't been on a date with your spouse, schedule it. If you're local and you need a babysitter, I am always up to take care of little kids. So is Scott. We love them. Even if it's just a trip, though, to go grab ice cream, a trip to the store, or you do have the time and the funds for a fancy dinner, do it. Your kids will be okay. And what you're also teaching them is that you and Dad come first. Your relationship comes first. You are not people that can be pitted against each other. Y'all are in this together. I do think that our intentional date nights have shown our children that Scott and I are one unit. We're a team, and we will not let circumstances or children come between us. Guys, when the time comes and the house is quiet, the chaos of school, friends, and practices has ceased, you're going to look across the table at a man you fell in love with as a young girl. And my prayer for you is that you recognize him, not just as your kid's dad, but as your secret keeper, your protector, your provider, the guy you have inside jokes with, your partner, your lover, and your best friend. So guys, take time to do it. Take time to be intentional. Take time for each other and date your spouse. Until next time.